All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:37 in the morning of October the 4th, 2021, and this is my trading strategy session. Okay, so the first thing that we have up is ESBK. This is Elmira Savings Bank, New York, right? Now, it gapped up, it has gapped up 65% on news that it acquired, let's see, Community Bank System Incorporated to expand its presence in the central New York and southern tier regions with acquisition of Elmira Savings Bank. Okay, in my experience, when a company is being acquired, the stock price will just be basically flat all day, with an occasional like bump here, bump there, bump here, bump there, like just an occasional kind of little bit of action there, a little bit of up and down motion, but otherwise the stock price is gonna, what's it, $22.28. Actually, let's do this. Let's $22.28. Let me see how straight of a line I can draw from $22.28 over. Let's see, 22. Pretty close. A little bit off there. Till, let's see, that's the 5th. All right, and then there's going to be some like little gyrations throughout the day. All right, and we'll come back. I'll take a look at that at the recap. I'll see how accurate this sort of representation of price action is at the end of the day. Okay, XENE, Xenon Pharmaceuticals, has recently released results. Xenon Pharmaceuticals Incorporated announces positive top-line results from phase 2B X-TOL clinical trial of XEN1101. I think it treats some type of, here we go, not epilepsy, it's seizure type thing. XEN1101 demonstrated statistically significant reduction in monthly focal seizure frequency in pairwise versus placebo. Yeah, you know, I doubt I'll trade it today. My guess is that this thing, let's put it on the 1 minute here. Let's go over. This is my guess on what it'll do this morning. Let's see, let's go to a 9:30, so it'll dip down a little bit, it'll run up, and then it'll go down, and then go down. All right, let's see how accurate that is at the end of the day. So yeah, I doubt, there's no way, I mean, unless something changed dramatically, I seriously doubt I'm trading ESBK. XENE, I seriously doubt I'm trading this. And it did decent revenues in 2020. That's interesting. Loses a lot of money. Kind of normal for small cap biotech. So, okay. Seriously doubt I'm trading this. XENE, seriously doubt I'm trading ESBK. But they're the top two gappers on the small cap scanner. So, you know. All right, DBGI, now this is one that I've had my eye on for a little while. It is down below this 25% level here in the pre-market. It ran up, it came out with a headline that was about to just have blowout revenues. Here we go. This was released on the 28th, and that's what caused this run up right here. I don't remember if I traded it on the 28th or not. I may have, I may not have. And so it's one though that I'm keeping an eye on because of this headline right here. DBG sees 2022 revenue of $37.5 million to $42.5 million, up 350% from 2021. Now, if that does come true, if that forward guidance turns out to be reality, I'm willing to start averaging into it down here. I mean, let's see, about a week before it made that announcement of its huge earnings surprise or forecast, it was trading at $2.30. So it's about 50 cents above that right now. And so I'm willing to start averaging into a small position over the next, let's see, the next time it reports earnings is, it doesn't say. Let's go to the daily and see if it's on the daily. No. This is a small cap, most likely on the, let me look it up on the level 2 to see if it's on like the pink sheets or the OTC, which are basically the same thing, really. Let's see, DBGI. Oh, it's traded on the NASDAQ. Interesting. It's actually listed on the NASDAQ. Okay. Well, yeah, so, I'll probably get a starter position going today on DBGI. They'll say 100 shares. Looking to average into 1,000 over, say, between now and the next 2 months. Let's see, the last time it reported was in June, so let's see, June, July, August, September. So it should have reported in September, which obviously it didn't. It just gave that headline. I'm not sure. That's strange. If it's listed on the NASDAQ, it ought to be following the GAAP accounting rules and all the sort of regulatory reporting times and stuff. So I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Yeah, this is one that I have my eye on. It's speculative, highly speculative, and it's going to be a swing trade. All right, MRIN, this is another one I have an eye on. This is one that has some kind of a deal with Google ads to where it is going to start generating revenue through Google. So with this one, I am looking at averaging into this on this scale right here. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. So today, if it opened up, it's going to open up above this 50% fib here at $8.16. I actually averaged into 200 shares between 8.16 and 7.59, and it ran up really far, and it started coming back down. I think I sold it here on this day right here. I just wanted to take profits on it. If it starts bottoming out up here by the 50% fib, then I'll start averaging into it again. My guess, though, this thing still has another 50-some days, 39 days until it reports earnings. And so, my guess is that it's going to come down pretty low prior to earnings. So right now, I'll probably wait. I want to see if it comes back down to the 759 and starts really kind of dipping into this 25% region right here below 695. And I'll start averaging in probably into about a 500 share position before this quarter's earnings. We'll see how it does. Again, highly speculative and a swing trade, not a scalp. AFRM. So if AFRM, let's open it up on the daily here. If AFRM opened up right now, it would open up, below these two price lines right here. On Friday, it really dipped down into this 113 here, which with the Fibonacci that I have it running from the high on the 23rd to the low on the 21st. I could probably change that up a bit. Let's go to the high on the 24th. And then I've got a whole bunch of intraday levels here, like the high. There's some support and resistance. So like at the open on the 30th and the high on the 29th and stuff. It's just kind of levels, price levels and candle action and stuff. And so it's on watch. If it starts coming into a level or something, I've got alarms on. So we'll see. If I get into this, it'll be a scalp, and I'll just kind of see where it goes. Ultimately, this thing is putting in a rather unattractive, let me get rid of all these, cup and handle formation. Let's look on the daily here. So this thing's, it looks like it IPO'd on the 14th of January, 2021, this year. What we have here is, a cup and handle. And so once the high of this sort of left side of the cup is broken, then it ought to continue running, or what it's attempting to do right now is to at least hit that other side, that 146.90. And the reason that I say that it's ugly, because there are these giant gaps in here. I don't know. I mean, I haven't traded that many cup and handles, but the ones that I have had continuous price action with no gaps. And so there are these giant gaps in the cup. You know, is that indicative of a giant leak in the formation, in the pattern? I don't know. So just watching it, I'm looking for entries on AFRM. And then let's see what's next. Okay, MRK. MRK shook me off on Friday. I tried trading this and wound up losing about $350 on it on Friday. You know, and thank goodness I made some pretty decent money. Oh yeah, that's right, on shorting Invax. Now here's the deal with MRK. MRK came out with a pill to treat the COVID-19 virus as well as its variants, Delta, Mu, whatever. And so the stock it gapped up and then it crapped. So here it is. It opened, let's see. Well, I guess it's not a total crap out, but it opened at 81.56, ran up to a high of 84.34, and then came as far down as 80, and then closed at $81.40. Now, here's pre-market. The high on Friday was 84.34, and so here we are pre-market. And you know, it popped up above that 84.34, came back down, tested it here, got rejected, came back down, and has now made a rather significant move back above 84.34, which is the high on Friday. So a test for it to come down here and test. I don't know if it will or not. Just above 84.34 is a good spot. Like if I were to enter at say 84.44, you know, a close below 84.34, I know exactly where I'm wrong. So I will most likely trade this today, and God willing, it won't shake me off the way that it did on Friday. And so what I'm kind of seeing here's Invax. Now Invax and Moderna got their backsides handed to them on Friday because of the news that came out about Merck's medication. And I was fortunate enough to short. I only shorted 20 shares, and you know, it's too bad that I didn't take more risk on this because I wound up making $20 a share. As this thing, I shorted it at roughly $185, and then bought it back at $165. And it was a really nice trade, but I only had 20 shares short. Could have made a lot more money if I'd gone with a regular, like 100 lot size. But I don't like to short. It's uncomfortable. It's like writing with my left hand. I'm right-handed. You know how it feels to write with your opposite hand. You know, if you're not like really good, like if you're not ambidextrous, and you know you try and write with your left hand, if you're right-handed, it's odd, right? And so shorting kind of just feels that way to me. So I reduced the risk on my Invax trade on Friday and did really well on it in percentage terms, that's for sure. But the news that is boosting, and I'm imagining that some of the money that is coming out of mRNA and Invax is going into Merck. That's just my guess. Look, we've got a bounce here off of 84.34. Let's see what the low is. The low right here is 84.31. Yeah, it's looking like a good spot to get involved. I'm going to take a really small, I'm gun shy on this thing. I was burnt by this thing on Friday, so I'm going to take a really small 20 share position here. at 84.55. We'll see how that goes. 20 shares, 84.55. Okay, another thing that I'm watching here is Energizer. Now, this is one that I wasn't really watching closely enough on Friday. What we have here, this is the daily. Let me pull up the Fibonacci that I use on this thing. So I've got some old trend lines here that I drew on Energizer, and I'm attracted to Energizer because it's batteries. It's big batteries. And let's see, I think it's earnings. It's getting, yeah, it's, gosh, the revenues on this thing are going, really far north. The revenues are doing well, but man, this thing's margins are the pits. But it's batteries. It's been doing batteries for a long time. I'd rather go with Duracell, but Duracell is inside of Berkshire. And I've forgotten if it's Berkshire A or Berkshire B, or if it's both of them. Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway, BRK has Duracell. And I'd rather have the single stock exposure. So here it is. It is bobbing around this this support and resistance line below this Fibonacci that I have. So it's going to do one of two things. It's going to break out or it's going to break down. It's kind of coming to a decision point for the next significant move. And I don't know if it's going to be up or down, but I've got alarms on the support resistance line here and alarms on the Fibonacci there. So if something materializes today, I will jump on it. Then I have Nordstrom's up next. So Nordstrom's is getting close. I had these levels here. When Nordstrom started plummeting down, I took a 500 share position on Nordstrom's right here at 28.44. This is just an old trend line that I have. And it did a good job of bouncing. I bought them at 28.44. I may have staggered the
purchase. But anyway, it popped up to 29 and some change or something the next day. So this support resistance level did do a good job. And I did make money on this real quick trade here. And it caught my attention because I was looking, this is a part of a large cap movers list that I have. I kind of have these on, in my back pocket. So if there's nothing really moving, I'm going to show the gap scanner that I have. I took images of it when I got into the office, and I'll show it at the recap. The gap scanner is really kind of slow and not very interesting this morning. And so, when the gap scanners are slow, I've got other things I can go and take a look at and see what's moving. And so this comes from my large cap movers list. These are things that I trade from time to time. So the Nordstrom's actually popped back up above this 28.44, and then 30.75 is this low right here from over here, and it broke down below that, and so then it came up and made an attempt to get back above 30.75, but was quickly thwarted. So here we are below 28.44 again. I have an alarm today at 24.82. So if this thing takes another $2 plunge today, I'm looking at taking a quick scalp off of this 24.84 level. And so that's it for me today. Nothing terribly concrete. I think MRK is looking like it's probably going to be a pretty good stock to trade today. Again, we'll have to see. Here it goes, 84.32, 84.34. I'm going to keep a close eye. I only have 20 shares on this level right here. I'm looking for this level to hold the next few minutes. Next 2 minutes and 53 seconds will be telling. Okay, everybody. Good luck out there today. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the broader market here. Here's the SPX. I have support on the SPX at 42.85 and resistance at 44.95. And so I used that to translate over to the SPY. If the SPY opened up right now, it would open up 0.17% lower than its previous close. I'm still bullish. I I use to manage my portfolio. I use a hedge fund consultancy company for basically kind of the long-term moves, the investment moves rather than the trading moves. And the company that I use for the consultancy is jumping up and down about how great Q4 of 2020 and Q1 of 2021 are going to be, according to GDP and the metrics that they use in order to navigate the markets, depending on what sector and so forth. So I'm still bullish. I think that there is more room to the upside. This is just a bit of a correction. It's a different looking correction. This correction looks much different than these dips. I mean, just look at we do patterns. If you're a trader, you do patterns. This is a dip, a dip, a dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Oh, what's this? This is different. Well, I think it's still just kind of run-of-the-mill corrective behavior, and it's still bullish. Looking for this thing to probably bottom out right around in here and start moving up and breaking into new all-time highs again. All right, everybody, good luck out there. Keep your wrist. Oh, here's the VIX. So I've got I put this trend line here on the VIX from the 20th of September to sort of the peak of the 28th of September. Let's move it over here a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so we'll move it over. If the VIX opened right now, it would open up above the gap, about 2.2 points above the gap that I like to use. This gap is just seems to continue to be relevant. It's the gap that was created from February. The market volatility that we got. Let's see, from the 21st of February to the 24th of February, there's this gap down that the SPY took, the S&P took, and here's the gap in the VIX, and so it just seems to continue to kind of come into play for where we are with risk. So above the gap, I think if you're going to buy the dip, it's a buying opportunity, above the gap, and then I'm looking for it to crash down below the gap and past this resistance line right here. So this would mean just kind of accelerated buying for me. Bitcoin, boy, is this thing. It's neutral right now. I call it neutral, and it's not quite out of the woods yet. There's some work for this thing to do to be called bearish again, to go from neutral to, or to be bullish again, to go from neutral to bullish. There's still some more work for this thing to do, but it is making the right moves right now to go higher. It put in, it found its bottom down here in the 40,000 area, saved itself over the 42,000 area, had a couple of closes below 42,000, and just got bought up. And here we have a bull flag happening right now. So if it breaks out from here, I imagine if it breaks out from here, it's going past this 52,000, roughly 52,000 to 53,000 roughly. It's going to make a move right there for this level, somewhere around 53,000. Whether it can break through that or not, I don't know. Probably, with the way this thing's going. The dollar, you get the dollar right, you get a lot of other things right. So the dollar's bumped up against its. I have resistance at $94.40 and support at $92.67. So the dollar's strength here is, I think, a bit of an anomaly. We're going to have to see exactly how it goes, because a strengthening dollar would be counter it would be a counter move to the typical behavior of the dollar during a strong economic period. The dollar tends to weaken as the markets go up. So we'll have to see what happens with the dollar. Okay, now for real. Good luck out there, everybody. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.